Hello everybody, this is the thejonnymar, and welcome to a very special game series. And this is a game series that has been a long time in the making, and that game is Rogue Legacy. Now you may be asking yourself, how can this be a long time in the making when I actually just got the game this past Friday? Basically what happened is I've been watching a lot of Let's Plays of this game. And actually, before it officially came out, my very good friend Novell did a series of videos showing off the demo for this game. And basically, many of you are aware, I am a console gamer. And I really don't play any games on my PC. But this game is good enough that it has gotten me to go into a realm that I am very unfamiliar with. And that is PC games. And not only PC games, but also roguelikes. So I'm going to talk a little bit about this game and then talk about poor Oof over there at level 2, and we are Sir Lee the Knight. Talk about this series a little bit, and specifically my game series that I'm going to be doing with this game. But first, let's head into this dungeon. So Rogue Legacy, I'm sure many of you are aware of. It is a roguelike, or light roguelike. And our goal is to open that big golden door right there. In order to do that, we have to beat 4 bosses within this area. Now, there are 4 different areas to this kind of massive castle and environment. The first is the castle area, which we are in right now. There's also a forest area, a sort of attic area called the Maya, or Maya. And then there is a kind of most difficult area called the Land of Darkness. And so basically you have to slowly make progress through these different areas. The key is to collect gold by killing enemies, finding treasure chests, and also destroying objects within the environment. I figure out the controls here. This is my first time playing the game. Now, having said that, I have watched a ton of Let's Plays of this game, so I do have this guy. Greetings, adventurer. I am here to give you a chance of a lifetime. A measly sum of 25% your current goal that will give you a chance to open one of 3 chests. One chest will triple what you paid, but the other 2 are empty. Damn miserly elf. I am not gonna play your game with only 60 gold. No thank you. Defeat all enemies. Alright, so we have access to our first buried chest. But basically this game is designed for people that have not really played roguelikes before. And so it's kind of an introduction to the series. And so, ow. You basically have to again, collect gold to power up your characters, and when you die, which you will do often, you will bring forth some offspring. So each time you die, you have 3 heirs that will follow in your footsteps. And you use the gold that you collect to... How many freaking enemies are in this room? Cripes! Look at all those spear wielders down there. But to power them up so that they have a better chance of surviving in the castle and ultimately beating the 4 bosses and opening up that golden door we saw at the beginning. So I'm gonna concentrate here and see if I can take these guys out. It doesn't look like they're gonna come after me. So I'm gonna have to take the fight to them, slowly but surely. There's so many. Oh Lord. But there are various fairy chests in this area, in the castle. I don't know what to call it. Area, environment, kind of overarching. Yeah, environment, I guess. Dungeon with its 4 areas. And you have to do different kind of objectives in order to open them. We already got a sky rune, which I think lets you fly when you equip it. But you're gonna notice that my playstyle is very slow and very deliberate, and I barely survive that room. I have, what, 8 hit points left? Wow. Alright, so we need to head back up and see if we can continue to explore the castle with our incredibly weak Surly here. I haven't really explored too much so far. No, I don't really want to deal with those enemies because they can be tough. And, you know, I'm going to be skipping the journals because that's a great setup for talking a little bit about this series. So this game is very long. Ow. Alright, there's my first death. Surly was slain by a Plinky. His parting words, retribution runes can damage invulnerable objects. I killed mostly Spear Wielders. But now that Surly is dead, we have to choose an heir. And I have named most of the choices that are randomly determined after friends of mine and also favorite subscribers of mine and people that are very active on my channel. So we have Lady Anne, the knight with OCD. And you'll see your lineage here. So we have Surly, who was our father, I guess, and then Johannes, who was kind of the grandfather, I guess, of our ultimate line. We also have Sir Hermit the Barbarian with hypergonadism. Notice they each have a different spell most of the time that you can access with the B button. And then we have Lady Ashe the Mage with baldness and EIDMEM. Remember things with extreme clarity. Now it has time stop. That's very tempting, but I think I'm gonna have to go with Sir Hermit. So yeah, I like barbarians. That seems like a good class. And with your money, you can unlock stats, abilities, and new people to help you out, like this blacksmith who can build equipment for you. So you have to find blueprints within the castle in the different environment areas, dungeon, and bring them back to him. And you can also increase your stats like health, etc., magic, which ultimately you're going to have to do, but welcome, hero. Maybe you can help me. I used to be the greatest blacksmith in all the lands, but one day the monsters of the castle attacked my smithy and stole all of my stuff. Without those blueprints, I can only make cutlery. Please bring back any blueprints you find and I can build the most amazing equipment ever. Ever. At a price, of course. So we will eventually need to upgrade our armor and weapons, etc. But unfortunately, we do not have enough gold at this point to do that. So what I'm going to do instead is head back to the manor, and I'm going to increase my health. Now each time you take a stat boost, it does increase the cost by a small amount of everything else. And we're going to upgrade our knights to paladins, which can use their shields to block attacks, as long as you have MP, that is. It also allows us to access Equip Up, which is an important thing to keep an eye on. Alright, and you want to spend as much as possible because whenever you enter the castle, you have to talk to Sharon here, and he takes whatever gold you have left over. So it's really not in your best interest to try to conserve gold. Spend it all. Alright, so it's up to Sir Hermit. Let's see what you can do. Lee did pretty well. Now, let's talk about this series. Road Legacy is basically a grind fest. So although I am a huge fan, as is evidenced by the fact that I have watched about 10 Let's Plays of this game before playing it myself, basically what you do is you just keep entering into these same areas and you collect gold and you fight the same enemies over and over. Now there are palette swaps and different enemies that eventually you find, and you do have boss battles that you have to take on. But essentially you're going to be doing the same thing over and over and over again. And although I certainly enjoy... Wow, that just missed. Yeah, you don't have a hitbox for your head. So something has to hit you in the body in order to hit you. I found that out again through my various watchings of LPs. That painting there, if you hit it, it's actually a possessed painting, and they shake like that. And they'll fly around the room and attack you, as you can see, all the Doom Vase. Alright. So, although I enjoy doing that, and I'm sure I'm going to enjoy playing this game, and I enjoy watching other people doing it as well, I'm going to go a different way here. I know not all of you are necessarily going to enjoy that, but I do have a significant number of people that I know that really enjoy this game and encourage me to do a series of it. And so what I'm going to do is kind of a compromise. I'm going to do an abridged series. So it's my first Let's Play that is not going to be a complete Let's Play in the sense that I'm not going to show everything. So I'm going to be doing an abridged version of this. Basically, I'm going to show highlights. That was a dumb room. And kind of key moments. So this episode, I'm showing off my first couple of runs with the game to kind of give you a taste of what it's like for those of you that haven't seen the game before. And then from here on, when I do show an episode, it'll be when something significant happens. So, you know, boss battles, for example, very significant items and equipment that I find. But essentially, I'm going to do all of the grinding and leveling up off screen. And then whenever I get to, again, something important, I will do a quick episode and kind of show that off for all of you. So as a result, this is going to be a very sporadic series. There is no kind of set time frame. This is a teleporter. You can use that to move around the dungeon. Yeah, I don't want to go to the forest. That's the second area that you want to go to, and I am only at level 3, not nearly powerful enough to survive in there. So let's head backward. It looks like we have a couple different areas we can go to, so we'll go back to those. So whenever I do get to kind of a major moment, I will record it, and I will show you guys kind of what that's like for me. Now, if you would like to be included in the name registry, to potentially have a warrior named after you, please let me know. Like I said, I have entered about 20 or so names so far of friends of mine and subscribers of mine. So they will be the names I see most often, but if you would like to potentially have a warrior named after you, let me know in the comments, and I will add you to the registry. Now, the other reason this is an abridged series is because, you know, I'm not really a PC gamer, and so basically I have to get used to playing on my PC. Now, I got an Xbox 360 controller, so at least I can use a gamepad, which is very helpful. I have not really played with a keyboard before. And it feels, you know, I've not really used an Xbox controller before, because I've always been a PlayStation gamer. But it feels pretty comfortable in my hands. It's not a terrible controller. Take no damage. I'm probably going to want to wait until I get my Vault Rune, which gives you a double jump, and also the, what is it called? Sprint Rune? Or something like that, which gives you a dash ability. Those are kind of essential. You want to have those for the various trick rooms like that. They make it quite a bit easier to get through those without getting hit. But let's continue to the right here. No, I'm not going to do your stupid game. I'm comfortable with my 300 gold. Now, jeez, not only am I playing a game on a PC for the first time, other than my challenge video that I did for the Johnny versus Novell challenge series, since Novell is going to be probably challenging me to a lot of PC flash games and the like. But I'm having to also learn a PC recording system, and that is Bandicam. So I have a very old laptop. It's a compact Presario that I've had for about 6 or 7 years. It is very old and very underperforming, and so it is barely able to run this game without having slowdown and lag, let alone record it with Bandicam. And so I have had to do a lot of tinkering. No looking. Yeah, I can't get that one either. I'm gonna need a Vault Rune, and, well, not a Vault Rune, I'll need a Sprint Rune, so I can dash backwards. And this is the boss door, actually, for the first boss. There's this, Knight Chestplate. So each area in this dungeon has its own set of equipment that you can get. I think for the castle it is the knight equipment. But yeah, we will be leaving the boss alone for now. Continuing onward. See if we can kill these enemies without taking damage. A little tennis here, ping pong, knocking him away. But I've really had to tweak my Bandicam settings, and I've essentially have to reduce the quality. I'm not running this at a resolution that is what I'm used to running things at. It's below kind of 720p, which is what I used to, you know, normally run games at if I'm able to, or at least upscale them to. And oh my god, no, I do not want to go to the Land of Darkness. That is the toughest area. So we will head backward with our heroic pose as we jump upward. And this looks like a dead end. So because I'm not horribly happy also with the quality of this series in terms of my recordings, that's another reason why I'm doing it abridged. This is, again, at a lower resolution. It's at a lower quality, so I can run it without having problems with slowdown and lag. And even though I'm doing that, I still have some issues with slowdown and lag occasionally. So hopefully it's watchable. You all can let me know in the comments if it is or not. And basically this is what it's gonna look like. Anything left for me to explore? Yeah, there's one exit to the left up there, in the big room up here. And it looks like that's the last area for us to explore, or will take us to the next area before we head to the forest. I'm really surprised I'm doing this well. I think slow and steady is the way to go, instead of just rushing ahead willy-nilly. I've seen a lot of people do that, and what happens is you end up making mistakes, getting hit a bunch, and then dying, unfortunately. So my runs are going to be slow and deliberate. Now I've said that about 80 times, but that is how I play games like this. And that's fine, I'm comfortable with that. Oh, dang it. Paintings. So viewers, let me know what your experience is with Rogue Legacy. Have you played the game before? Have you seen someone else play it? What do you think of it? Do you enjoy it? Does it look like the kind of game you would enjoy playing? It's available on roguelegacy.com directly from the people who created it. You can also download it from Steam. But supposedly the version that you get from roguelegacy.com does not have DRM. Whereas the Steam version, I guess, does. And when you do buy it from the creators, you get a Steam key anyway, which lets you, I guess, get the game on Steam. I don't really use Steam. In fact, I just created Squire Chestplate, an account a few days ago. Again, not being a PC gamer. So I don't know the ins and outs of that, and I am taking a ton of damage here. This might be the end of Sir Hermit. No. So if the game does look like something that would appeal to you, check it out on roguelegacy.com. I would highly recommend it. It is a very fun game. And I do not have enough HP left to take on that Spear Wielder. So let's head this way. Oh my god, did that hit me? Wow. Try to hit enemies near the apex of the axis arc in order to hit them multiple times, says Sir Hermit. I am sorry, Hermit. I let you die to a noobish mistake, getting hit by a fireball in the foot. But that was a much better run than I expected. So we have Sir Nakuso, the paladin, with muscle weakness and nostalgia. And he has Conflux? Huh. Lady Stapler's the barbarian with dyslexia and IBS. Also has the dagger spell. I will be avoiding IBS because that is very annoying. And Sir Jave the barbarian who has no traits, and the scythe spell. Sir Hermit, you were divine. I let you die in a very silly manner, but you did very well. So let's take Jave. And now we have over 1,000 I'm in Final Fantasy mode here. Gold. So I'm gonna unlock a armor upgrade. I'm gonna unlock the Enchantress, who lets us equip runes to our armor and weapons. We of course have to find those runes, and apparently our crystal ball is just for show. And kind of the other dweller within this castle, is we have a mage class that I am not going to go after, and also magic attack up, is the architect, which allows you to lock down the castle for a fee, so that the castle does not change its layout. So for example, if there are certain areas you want to go back to and know exactly where they are, Barbarian King. An attack up. It's tempting, but I really want to get some runes, especially a sprint and vault rune. Hello, hero. Could I borrow your ear for a moment? I'm in need of your help. I used to be a very powerful enchantress, but one day the monsters of this castle invaded my dreams. They encased that knowledge in runes, and without those runes, I suck at my job. Please, if you find them, bring them back to me, and I'll sell it back to you at a profit. Of course. And there we go, a sprint rune, which allows us to dash. Very essential for this. Now we also found the sky rune, which will allow us to fly for a short distance. But I think I'm going to stick with the sprint rune, and I also want a vault rune, which will let us do a double jump. Those are kind of, you know, standard equipment for any adventurer. So let's equip those. Things are starting to take shape. And we still have 275 left over. Let's also talk to the architect. Greetings, boy. Want to know a cool fact? I'm crazy. This lever, with a simple pull, I can prevent the castle from changing. This way you can go through exactly what your ancestors went through. Impressed? It should be. How did I build this fantastic contraption? With science, of course, and magic. Mostly magic. But my skills aren't free. I will take 40% of your gold if we lock the castle. I'm actually tempted to do that, to try to get those fairy chests, but I'm not going to do that right now. I think what I'm going to do is upgrade my sword if I can. And I just have enough. Or maybe the helm. What's most important, damage or health? Well, probably damage. But that is it for my first episode of my Abridged Rogue Legacy LP, viewers. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope you will join me for updated videos in the future. So as always, I will see you all in my next video. Thanks for watching. See you next time.